All right, let's dive right in. The whole idea behind the book, The Magic of Thinking Big, is that your biggest limitation, it's not your talent, it's not your bank account, and it's not your connections. It's the size of your thinking. The entire premise is that the scale of your success is a direct mirror of the scale of your thoughts.
See, everything starts in your mind. The moment you dare to think bigger, you start to unlock doors you didn't even know were there. Now, this isn't about wishful thinking or just getting lucky. It's a really practical guide to upgrading your mental software, switching from a program that only sees limits to one that sees pure possibility.
So, what's really holding most people back from getting what they want? Well, the book gives it a name, small thinking. And it's probably the single biggest obstacle standing between you and your potential.
Yeah, small thinking is the silent killer of potential. It doesn't scream at you, it just whispers. It's that quiet little voice in your head that says, hey, don't aim too high, or don't make a fool of yourself, or the classic, just be realistic. It's a total dream killer, and it's disguised as practical advice.
It's like you're building a mental prison for yourself brick by brick with every single self-doubting thought. Small thinking pretends to be logical, but really it's just fear wearing a mask. Fear of failure, fear of what other people will think, and maybe the biggest one of all, fear of the responsibility that actually comes with success.
Let's just look at the two operating systems side by side. The small thinker, they're always playing defense, just reacting to whatever life throws their way. They actually shrink their ambition to fit what they think their limits are. But the big thinker, they play offense. They create opportunities and stretch their limits to fit their ambition. Just notice that shift from can I to how can I. That one little word change reframes the entire problem from a question of permission to a puzzle of strategy.
Okay, so how do you escape this mental prison? The key is to systematically start rewiring your core beliefs. Think of it this way. Your external reality is just a printout of your internal programming. If you change the code, you're going to change the result.
Now, belief isn't some kind of mystical force. It's a practical multiplier. I mean, when you genuinely believe you can achieve something, your actions change, your tone of voice changes, even your posture changes. You start to persist longer. You see setbacks as feedback, not as failure. And this creates this powerful self-fulfilling prophecy where your belief doesn't just predict the evidence, it actually creates it.
This right here is your new mantra. Your mind is like a mirror. It's just going to reflect whatever you consistently put in front of it. So if you feed it doubt, it's going to find you a dozen reasons to quit. But if you feed it belief, it'll start searching for the path forward.
So here's a 4-step framework to build that belief. 1. Use daily affirmations to literally reprogram your subconscious. 2. Visualize your success. Your brain actually can't tell the difference between a vividly imagined experience and a real one. 3. Become an evidence collector. Keep a log of your wins, big or small, to build a factual case for your own competence. And 4. Curate your environment. Belief just can't survive in a room full of doubt.
But even with a strong belief system, you're going to face some mental bugs that try to sabotage your progress. And the most common, most destructive one, well, it has a name.
It's called excusitis, the failure disease. It's a deeply ingrained habit of making excuses, and it is absolutely lethal to ambition. And here's the crucial point. You can either make excuses or you can make progress. You absolutely cannot do both. You have to choose.
And excusitis shows up in 4 common forms. There's the health excuse, using minor ailments as a pass to quit. The intelligence excuse, which is really just a fixed mindset in disguise, forgetting that consistent action and learning always beat raw talent. Then there's the age excuse, I'm too old, I'm too young, which is just a way of saying, I'm afraid to start now. And of course, the luck excuse, which is an easy way to dismiss the years of hard work other people put in. These aren't reasons, they're choices.
Curing it takes deliberate action. So first you have to catch yourself. When you hear yourself say, I can't, ask if you really mean I won't. Second, find an action antidote. No time? Schedule 1 hour. Don't know how? Read 1 chapter. Third, go public with your goal. Excuses absolutely die in the light of accountability. And fourth, adopt the mantra. I make progress or I make excuses. Never both.
So now that you've debugged the system, it's time to install the high-performance habits that run on the operating system of a big thinker.
This is probably the most critical habit. We all think we need to feel confident before we take action, but the book argues that's completely backward. Confidence isn't something you need before you act, it's the result of your action. This creates a powerful, self-reinforcing cycle called the confidence loop. It starts when you take one small, maybe uncomfortable action.
That action gives you experience, real, tangible proof that you survived and you can handle it. That proof builds genuine, earned confidence, and that new confidence makes it way easier to take the next, slightly bigger action. Momentum is built right here, in this loop. It's not found by waiting for the perfect moment.
Ultimately, you will never consistently outperform the image you hold of yourself. Your self-image acts like a thermostat for your achievement. If it's set to average, you'll find a way to perform at an average level. So upgrading your habits is really about upgrading your identity. You don't just do what winners do, you start to see yourself as a winner.
Okay, let's bring all of this together. It's time to shift from learning to executing. It's time for that final upgrade.
For most of us, the problem isn't a lack of information. We pretty much know what we need to do. The real enemy is hesitation. Overthinking, endless planning, analysis paralysis, it's all just sophisticated procrastination. Movement creates clarity. Waiting around just creates confusion and fear.
So the most crucial takeaway is this: don't wait to feel confident. Act confident. You don't find readiness, you create it through action. When you start to act as if you are the person you want to become, your brain gets the message and it begins to rewire itself to make that identity your new reality.
So I'm going to leave you with a direct challenge. What is one area in your life, your career, your health, your relationships, where you know you've been playing it safe and thinking too small? And more importantly, what is one small action you can take today to expand that vision and start your own confidence loop? Because the magic isn't just in the thinking, it's in the doing that follows.